people say, oh, these college kickers suck or whatever. It's like, that's a lot of pressure on people. And kicking is 100% in between the ears. I mean, a lot of people can kick a ball. It's whether or not in between the ears you can handle it. I just get so nervous. And I have no idea how I got to that mental spot a couple months ago where I was like, yeah, I'm going to go do that. Because I'm at the point now where I'm like, I do not want that at all. I do not want that at all. There's so many factors there. Is the hold good? How's the wind? What about the rush off the edge? There's so much going into it. And it's always just like, well, should have made it. That's your only job. It's your only job to kick the ball through there. It's like, I agree. It's much easier than the other positions physically. But when it comes to the mindset, and people say like, kickers aren't football players. I think mentally you're 100% right because it's an entirely different game in between the years for kickers. You're more of a golfer. You're more of a specialist in an operation as opposed to a like you're more like a sniper, like a instead of like
a specialist.
Infantry.
Instead of like boots on the ground there. It's an entirely different game. So when people are like kickers aren't football players, I almost agree with them to a point where it's like, yeah, we're playing an entirely different game.
Yeah.
Granted, it is the game of football. It's just a different sector of the game because there's no way you can out effort something if you're having a bad day. There's no way that you can make up for what you just did the next play. You have to do your job and then go walk and sit for 15 to 20 minutes and just think about it. Think about what you've done, how you screwed everything up, and then you just have to jog back out there as if it didn't happen again. And like, here we go. You're in the biggest situation of all time. Or you have to make a kick, go 3 for 3 on a night, which is a big night. And then, okay, nobody's going to remember a single one of those if this ball doesn't go in. So nothing I've done tonight matters. Not a single completion that I threw maybe in the first quarter that was a highlight reel. None of that will be showed if I miss this kick. The only thing that's going to get showed is this kick right now. And if you're an inch and a half the other way, you're a hero. Instead, it's shouldn't even be allowed to play football.
Yeah. And the general population is so uneducated about kicking. They honestly expect you to make every kick. And if you miss one, all of a sudden you're horrible at your job.
So I was a part of the longest streak in NFL history. I think it's still there because Tucker got one blocked. But Vinatieri hit like 44 straight or something we were a part of. And it's almost like people, for a lot of it, were like, yeah, you're just doing your job. Yeah. It's like,
what's the big deal? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just doing your job. In the history of the game, we hit 44 straight or something like that. And it's a record in the history of football. And this guy's 40 plus years old. And the entire operation there is doing it. But it is something that people think is menial. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the game. So just because it doesn't, just because you don't have to get run over by a guy, just because you don't have to throw your head into something, just because you don't have to dissect the defense, which are all incredibly hard jobs that I would argue no kickers or punters could do in the NFL if they had to, whatever. It's very difficult. It is in the scale of football positions. We very much understand where it's by. It's not like people have to tell us that, right? It very much when it comes to the physical task. But mentally, in just doing a special craft in a very high-pressure situation, a lot of money, a lot of people watching, a lot of humans running at you. And people say it's like golf. I agree mentally. But in golf, you hit a bad shot, you can make up for it with a good shot. In this, you can't make up for it. You can't make it. It's live or die with this moment right now. You're an eighth of an inch off. It's a miss. If you hit it clean, it's good, but nobody's going to talk about it. You just did what your job is. And you have guys who are genetic freaks trying to run over other 300-pound men that are protecting you all at the same time. So I agree completely that it is the easiest job in a football world whenever you talk about it from a physicality standpoint. But these people who have never played football that think they can talk to kickers and punters the same way as NFL players can talk to kickers. If an NFL player comes up to me and makes fun of me for being a punter, all good. I agree with you. But if somebody who's never played football is burying a kicker and punter, it's like, dog, Greg Zuerlein would run 45 laps around you in every single sport. Not just in kicking a ball. In every single sport he would run around you. This is now we're in the era where it's no more the Grammaticas and the Stovers. You have freak athletes that are kicking and punting balls right now. Really good athletes. Because there's only 32 jobs. There's a lot of money, so you got a lot of people trying to get after this. It's not an easy position to get, but boy, it's an easy position to be hated. And all you got to do is just a little bit. And I have no idea why I ever wanted to do it.
You know what sucks for Zuerlein, too? He goes 3 for 4. Jason Myers goes 1 for 2. No one cares about his miss. Everyone talks about Zuerlein's. Because it's just...
I think Vinatieri in that Rams game, I think he told me he either missed 1 or 2 kicks before that. Never heard about it.
In the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Never heard about it. I think he missed a kick or missed 2 kicks in that game. Have you ever heard that talked about?
No.
Nope. But if he would have made those 2 and missed that one, Nobody would have ever talked about the single make you be the kicker that wide right or wide left one or whatever that is. It's a terrible job. It pays well. It pays well.
Sure.
So if your end game is strictly cash and you are very good at kicking balls, it's the dream job, which, by the way, was my mindset ever since I was a kid. I didn't know how I was going to make money, but I knew that's all I wanted to do was make money. Here we go, point A to point B, bank account to get from this point to that point. We kick balls hard. We do it professionally for the NFL. And then you get there and you're like, whoa. Is this all that's cracked up? I mean, yes, money is freedom. It's fantastic. But just to have the whole world just bury you is a wild thing. But it comes with the territory. It's expected. This is what's going to happen. And that's even more so why I'm like, I don't know why the hell I thought I wanted to do that, especially in that Bears position.